Hello, welcome to Dual Credit World History A Unit 2, which is World in Transition. This is kind of an interesting unit because really there's only one part of the world that was really in transition during this era. Most of the world was actually doing pretty well. And anyway, so we'll talk about it. So the part of the world you know, Western or Eastern Europe that the white people are really concerned about is in transition because we've got the fall of Rome going on, and so the way that we see it, the world as we know it is over. Of course, that is not the case for a lot of other people. So we have here um, the Islamic Empire. They were rising so much. Now, was it because they were really cool, or was it because they were really good at making themselves rise? I'm not really sure. And probably, a little bit of both and a lot of killing people in the meantime as well. So there was a lot going on as far as that went. But the fall of Europe led to the Middle Ages and feudalism, in Europe, and also to the spread of Islam. Okay, so you've got a lot of these countries that are coming over to the Islamic Empire, and Christianity is not going very well, but a lot of these countries are doing well if they go over to Islam, which is kind of an interesting thing. Lesson 9 is about the Crusades. Now, at this time, um, food in Europe was not very good. And we all know that food in Europe is a big reason for a lot of the wars, right? And so and the Islamic Empire is kind of taking over the world, and so the people in Europe decide, we need to have the Crusades, we need to win back Jerusalem, we need to win back our land that we've been given. So the Crusades, there are a lot of Crusades. None of them actually win back Jerusalem, but they gained a lot of different things. They saw that, hey, there is life outside of my little community that I live in. There is life that can be lived outside of where I see, and the food that I am exposed to and stuff like that. And the spices in India are really good. And so they decide that they want to get to India. Okay. And this, in later units, you'll learn about exploration and about what happened with that. So, more Crusades. There we go. Another area that was doing really well at this time was China. We had the Mongols in China and what was going on with them. China was growing, and there were a lot of inventions happening in China. China was doing really well. So for this unit, if you go to my website, here are the focus notes right here. And then here is the project that I want you to do. And I want you to make a children's book about the Byzantine and Islamic Empire, the Middle Ages, the Crusades, and China. Not all of those, don't worry, okay? So this is the first part of the book. I'll come back to this later, okay? So you need to make it about the Byzantine or the Islamic Empire. You definitely need to include the Crusades in there somewhere. And then you need to include the Middle Ages and feudalism or China. Okay, so you've got a lot of choice there as far as what you can do. All right, and I want a title page, I want illustrations. You don't have to make them yourself. I'm not artsy like that either. Okay, so don't feel bad about that. You need to have good writing and content. Okay, remember this is a children's book. Okay, It's not going to be really, really long and have a lot to do with it. And sometimes that's really the toughest part, all right? And you also need to have a storyline and a works cited as well. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to talk to me. And I'm excited to see your children's book and to have you learn more about this period in history. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.